Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and everybody in between, and welcome on into the video. Today is going to be a relatively short one because it's a relatively small topic about something that I had already talked about previously. See, I did this video right here, the death of Helldivers 2, only 2 days ago, talking about how Sony was overstepping on a game that they have publishing rights over, Helldivers 2. And I'm not going to sit here and re-explain the entire video, so to make this more engaging, I'm going to use puppets, with Sony being represented by Jack Skellington the Squishmallow, and the Helldivers community being represented by this missile. See, Sony told this missile, I mean, the Helldivers 2 community, hey, we're gonna force you to make PlayStation accounts if you want to play our game, or if you don't, we'll ban you. Despite the fact that only 25% of our player base uses consoles. And Helldivers 2's community went a little bit like this. And so, with Sony now having its inner organs strewn across the floor, there was a problem, and that is that you can't play a game if there's no fan base. And so there was immediately some horrible reviews. The graph started going downwards. If you look at an image, this isn't a good image, a good representation for what the graph looked like. You might recall maybe some visuals of the Mariana Trench, because that shit went down. And this isn't one of those situations where people were just simply being too lazy to make an account. Like, they just didn't wanna, I don't wanna, and so they started review bombing the game and attacking it for doing things like this poor-ass decision. This actually goes a few layers deeper. Not only does Sony have the security clearance of a child's treehouse, you can just stand outside and yell password and get access to all this confidential password logins and files, but it's also only available in a number of countries. You can't make an account in a lot of these, and if you can't make an account, you're banned, son! There's actually someone who commented on my initial video listing off all of the countries, and I'm not going to read all of them, but just to give you a bit of a list, there's countries like Chad, there's the Congo, we got things like Morocco, Mozambique, the rest of Africa, you know, all of the continent. There's just a bunch of places that literally can't make accounts, and so therefore, if this were to go through, they would have just been banned, because Sony's a bunch of goofballs. But, of course, luckily, fate rings true. The Helldivers community's rioting and complaining, and maybe my video did it. Maybe that changed Sony's mind. I'm kidding. Decided to actually change the scales and make it so Sony flipped it. So there was a tweet that came out just yesterday from PlayStation that was then retweeted by the Helldivers Twitter that said, Helldivers fans, that's you guys. That's supposed to be you guys. We've heard your feedback on the Helldivers 2 account linking update and the May 6 update, which would have required Steam and PlayStation Network account linking for the new players and the current players beginning May 30th. Will not be moving forward. We're still learning what is best for PC players, and your feedback has been invaluable. Thanks again for your continued support of Helldivers 2, and we'll keep you updated on future plans. And that's nice, Sony. That's really cool. That's swell. But now we don't trust you. You fools! You just did one of the worst decisions ever, which was, for some reason, attack a community that is one of the most united communities I've ever seen. Like, most game communities, you go in and there's probably little subdivisions, clans like Halo or GTA, they have little subdivisions where they hang out and communicate. Helldivers 2 is a game based on defending democracy and fighting fascism, and you decided to try and be fascist on them. Dude, you incited the wrath of millions of gamers that actually gave a shit. And that's wild, and you failed. And this is only the first step. This is crazy to think that this is something that we can do now. We can overthrow game companies' decisions if we just band together. This is the first example of this, and I'd love to see more of it. I also talk in the video, I made a bit of a miscommunication. I talk in the video about how this isn't Arrowhead's fault. Arrowhead are the people who actually developed Helldivers, and then Sony are the people who produce it, and, like, are the ones that are like, buy our game. I'm like, pretty please. And so apparently what I learned was, after looking at Pilesed, which is actually the CEO of Arrowhead and the creative director behind Helldivers 2, I actually saw some tweets regarding this that said he did have a part to play. He's not blameless in all this. He actually knew 6 months before this all came out that there was going to be a required PlayStation connection going on. And that's unfortunate to know. It's unfortunate to know that he was holding the knife behind his back the entire time, but at the same time, I do like how he was cheering us on from the sidelines. I saw this tweet that came out right as the drop happened saying, firstly, I'm impressed with the willpower of the Helldivers 2 community and your ability to collaborate. Secondly, I want to thank our partners and friends at PlayStation for quickly and effectively making the decision to leave PSN linking optional. We together want to set a new standard for what live gaming is and how developers and community can support each other and create the best game experiences. So he's cheering us on while at the same time admitting that he probably knew this was going to happen from the beginning. However, I don't think he expected it to be this controlling. And also, I don't think he probably expected Helldivers 2 to blow up as big as it did, and he's very glad that it did. But, of course, things happened, shit hit the fan, and literally every other wall in the room, and now we are at the stage we're at now. And it's really cute. People were actually giving some support to our man. He actually got some flowers sent in the mail, which is absolutely adorable. We love to see things like that. And adding on to that, he actually has been considering making a new flag in the game. A new banner that is the banner of the Steam chart reviews drop. That is what it looks like. Because on Steam right now, if you were to go to the game, which it used to say overwhelmingly negative, it now says mixed, the graph has shot up in the northward direction. But as you can see here, the negative graph is still there, and he's thinking about making it a banner, which is really cute. I think that's adorable, like kind of canonizing in the game that the community was able to fight for the game and protect it. And of course, the community is rejoiceful as well. I've seen a lot of tweets down here, people just like saying like this was a negative review, but I'm changing it to positive. There's actually, I think there were 300,000 positive reviews, but as of me checking the review types, there is now 514,000 positive reviews. So almost all of the negative reviews have turned positive. Or not almost all, but a lot of them have turned positive. And honestly, I just love to see democracy prevail. I love to see people come together for a cause and it work. That is overwhelmingly satisfying, and I'm glad to see it's come to a positive conclusion. And I hope you've enjoyed as well. I hope you like this update. I know this was a relatively short video, but I just wanted to update you guys on what's going on. I have another short video coming out tomorrow about the Drake response, because I'm obsessed with this music drama and I want to talk about it a little more. But for now, I'm probably going to be hitting the road. However, I have one more update to show you guys. I got a cool Lego set. Look at him. That's the update. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for being outstanding. And as always, adios, arrivederci, goodbye, good night, and keep fighting. You guys are strong. I love to see it.